When it comes to marriage, there are so many things we could talk about, but what I want to talk about right now is you, the one watching this video. There's a few things to pay attention to when it comes to marriage. Number one, it can be really difficult sometimes, and I think many adults underestimate how challenging marriage can be. Because it's two people that when they fall in love and they want to make a commitment and spend a life together, their desire and their passion and their willingness is through the roof. And when reality hits and day-to-day life hits and challenges come financially, emotionally, personally, with children, with bills, with jobs, with just personalities, it starts to break away that passion, desire, willingness, and fire. So what you have to be able to do is kind of come to grips with reality that this is a difficult thing. It's difficult even under the best of circumstances. It's really difficult when life starts throwing a lot of curveballs at you. Just be mindful of that. And that's as simple as telling yourself, this isn't easy. It's a big challenge. It requires me to suit up and show up day after day to be the best I can be, and to understand that this other person has to be able to show up too and has their fair share of bad days that I need to be understanding of as well. Know it's tough. Know that it's gonna be challenging. Know that you're not always gonna have the right answer, and know that it's not always gonna go your way. Secondly, get a mirror and hold on to it. I want you to get this mirror and hold it in front of your face as much as you can and say, what have I done today that has helped my marriage or hurt my marriage? And ask yourself this, what am I going to do today that will help my marriage or hurt my marriage? Ask yourself that in the morning and at night. That will prepare yourself to be conscious and ready that it's up to you to be able to handle you, not the other person. Even if the other person isn't trying, you still can. So pay attention to the fact that there's a mirror, and I always tell people to get a mirror, like a small one, because it lets you kind of have a symbol of, wait a minute, my marriage is up to me. Like, if my marriage is going to be successful, it's going to require me to be successful, me to try, me to be willing, me to have passion, me to pursue my spouse. My marriage can't be successful if only the other person does it. So I really need to turn the mirror on myself and say, let me quit looking at them and let me look just at me. What am I doing to help? What am I doing to harm? And if you concentrate on the mirror, you'd be amazed at how much better of a chance your marriage has of making it and being successful and thriving. Lastly, I want you to try a drill. That's a 15-minute drill, I call it, where you come home and you talk with your spouse. It's not a drill that's meant to talk about bills or schedules or the children's activities, anything that has to do with grocery lists. None of that comes into play. It's only about feelings and experiences. How was your day today? What were the highlights? What were the lowlights? How do you feel about it? You could say, well, I was driving the kids all over the place. I had to go to this practice and this appointment. I had to pay these bills. But the real question is, how did you feel doing that? Was it a drain or was it energy building? So remember, you want to practice. It takes time. This will not come automatically. That's why I say it's only 15 minutes, and that's why I say I think it should be daily. Because if you're not feeding your marriage daily with some dose of good, then it's going to be challenging to grow anything strong and healthy. So 15 minutes, children go away, watching a video, they're in bed, something like that. And you're going to sit down with your spouse and you're going to talk about how you feel about your life, how you feel about your job, how you feel about things at home, how you feel about your marriage. And even if your marriage is not good, you can still say, it's been hard for me to get energy to feed to this marriage. And what I want to do is have energy. I want to be able to get up and want to do that. And I want to get up and do the things I need to do as a husband to be a great husband and to love you. And that's what I'm trying to focus on. I have a hope and a desire that things are going to be amazing for us. So notice, I'm talking about my feelings, I'm talking about my real feelings, and I'm talking about my dreams and my hopes and my desires, because that will help feed your spouse. So when you have a 15-minute drill, Do it at a time of day you're both able to focus and intently try, and do it at a time where you can have privacy, and do it so that you are trying to feed the marriage. You're not trying to break it down. I don't want you talking about all the things that you don't like about your marriage. I want you talking about the things you are wanting to or trying to do to love your spouse, that you feel loved by your spouse. Find something that's happened, whether it's what your spouse has said or done that's made you feel happy, even if they made the bed, even if they picked up your socks, even if they called and said, "How you doing?" Thank you for doing that. That means a lot. So take 15 minutes to talk about your feelings, to talk about how you're doing, to talk about how your day was, without lists and schedules and bills and all that stuff. Just your feelings about yourself, about your marriage, what you want out of it, what you hope to do this weekend, how you hope to spend time on the next date that y'all have. You don't even have to plan it, but you can talk about, I really look forward to the time that we will have together, to be able to spend time and not have to be caught in the rat race of the regular life. And things you're excited about, things you're hopeful for. 15 minutes a day. I promise you it won't hurt. It can do nothing but help. Try those 3 things out. Remember, life is rough, marriage is rougher, meaning it doesn't have to be brutal, but you can't underestimate how challenging it can be to make a successful marriage. That makes you a better competitor, and that makes you a better spouse, makes you a better husband, makes you a better wife. Remember that you need to have a mirror, because the real key is looking at yourself. And remember that the 15-minute drill, if you incorporate it, is going to prioritize your marriage more than you've ever prioritized it. And it's going to build something strong. I look forward to hearing how it goes. Get out there and give those 3 things a try.